Hello, hello, welcome. Welcome, good morning. Good morning, TikTok. Good morning, YouTube. I hope everybody is well. We survived a very deep, transformative full moon that was yesterday. And I hope you all are good. So maybe it's time to talk about something. So, since full moon is behind us, let's talk about something that is more rewarding. And Venus, our planet of our feminine planet, is still in Cancer, so it's a good time to develop your femininity, to be feminine, to just be what your nature is supposed to be. So this will be this video will be about that. Now, again, this is second part, so I hope you did the tips from the first part. Let's start to the second part. Now, what I want to say before I will start with the tips on how to become more feminine is whether you need or not need to become feminine. Look, here's the thing. You can live perfectly fine without ever being feminine. You know, we live in a masculine society. As long as you're keeping the masculine kind of activities, you will be fine. But if you were born in the body of a woman like I was, you at one point you will get tired, and once you will get tired, you will be like, you would not know what is this, what's wrong with you, why you're not as active as you used to be. When you are young, it's easier to be active, to be more kind of to be more masculine. But with age, with change in hormones, it's harder to constantly be masculine. So you will, at one point, you will be almost, your body will be forcing you to seek something that's more peaceful, that's more softer kind of in life. And that's when you will when you will okay, I'm not sure what it is. I hope you can hear me. So and that's when you will start looking to become feminine. So anyways, you will becoming feminine is somewhat important, I would say. You know, I'm so grateful that at one point I decided to start learning about it, to start becoming to living my life in more feminine way. Even I had somebody ask me, "Do you coach only gold diggers?" I'm shocked because I'm not sure why somebody would even say something like this. But no, I don't coach. I mean, I live in Miami, so obviously, you know, I have clients who are inspired to be somewhat gold diggers, right? Especially the young girls. I mean, it's normal. But they're beautiful. They're in Miami, so why not? So, but mostly of my clients are women who were masculine for too long, and now they don't understand why they attract feminine men that could not decide, that they need to make decisions all the time. So they basically this is what makes them unhappy, and they come into me and they work with me to become more softer. So whether you want it or not, at one point you will be like, kind of, your body and your mind will force you to choose a different path. Now, when I became more feminine, I obviously like, it's not like my life changed a lot, but I still do what I like. I mean, it just, my surrounding changed. The man in my life became more stronger, disciplined, more masculine. I mean, the providers, and obviously I make money, as you see. The way that I like to make, you know, the way that gives me pleasure. I work with women, I enjoy it. So, anyways, I hope I inspired you to become more feminine. It is really rewarding. All right, so let's go down our list, and the first one for today will be to drink more water. Here you go. Last time I told you about the feminine foods. Now today I need to mention water. So feminine energy is mostly energy of water. That's the pleasure. And if you want to be more feminine, then do drink more water. I tell my clients this all the time. Usually people drink a lot of different kind of drinks, caffeine, this and that, but no, not that much water. So make sure, especially if you live like in a hot climate like I do, if you feel like a little off, that means usually that you're dehydrated. You need to drink water. Now, so please do that. This is important. This is like really easy. I mean, just drink water and you will be feminine. And honestly, a person will never be angry or agitated if they have water, if they're really good hydrated. I know if I'm irritated, then I just don't have enough water. Now, the second one is you need to be in nature, whether it's woods or water, but you have to be in nature. You see, all the cities that we live in, I live in a big city, obviously. I love, I love it. But they don't promote femininity, they promote masculinity. So if you want to be more feminine, naturally more feminine, then do spend time in nature. Maybe go to the park or walk among the streets. I'm not sure. Just go for a walk somewhere where there is less buildings, less people. Maybe on the beach if you have a chance, or maybe next to the river. So anywhere where there is more nature and less buildings and less people. Ideally, would be to walk barefoot, but it's whatever, as long as you are surrounded by nature. Now, feminine energy is the energy of earth and water, and the more time you spend there, the more you become feminine, especially when you had like a maybe hard times, when you feel like you're a little aggressive, like you're on edge. Go into nature. Nature will take that energy from you. And as I told before in my other videos, when you I used to go for a run when I used to live in New York. I used to go for a run in the park, and then I would sit on the tree. The tree had like a huge roots, and I would sit on those roots and meditate. I was sitting there on the roots because it was warmer than to sit on the ground. New York can get cold really like that, but for the most part it was also good because I would connect to the tree, and the tree would take the energy and refill my personal energy with pure energy. So I always loved it. I think from New York the most I miss that tree. So this is being in nature is really important. Choose what nature will be yours. All right, so the third one is to create. Now, feminine energy is all about creation, some kind of creation. The ultimate creation is obviously a child, but you can't be you can't be having kids every single year. I mean, unless you want to. So, but you can create in between, or if you're a particular age. I mean, obviously, you also don't want to create. So, in between those times, you can create something else. Now choose what your creation will be. It doesn't have to be, you don't need to sit and write a book, or you don't need to do something something crazy. I mean, you don't need to become a famous artist, but create something yourself. So maybe you like embroidery, or maybe you do like to draw for yourself, not necessarily for anybody else, or so something like that. The more you create, the more you inside of you, the more you listen to yourself, the more you express yourself. And this is always good to become more feminine. Remember, femininity is inside. It's connection to yourself, to your soul, to your being. So the more you create, the more you express your soul, the more you connect with yourself. So it is important. Do create whatever it was. Like I used to just draw. So I'm not like an artist, but I used to, and I don't have much imagination. So I used to take an item and I would just draw from whatever I see. So I would just copy basically, and that really helped me with developing my femininity, my inner kind of expression. So create whatever it is, create, and would be even good if you start. Who knows? Maybe you will start making money on your creation. So do create, especially just don't force yourself, because creation is the process of pleasure when you feel secure. So make sure you don't force yourself to create because I told you to create. When you feel like, then do it. Don't just decide, okay, I'm sitting now. And usually creation comes when you're lazy. So you might be laying around doing nothing, and then you're like, why don't I paint something? Or so do create. This will help you. Will help you to start feeling yourself. All right. The fourth point for today is you need to develop your sixth energy center. So remember how last time I spoke about the second and the fourth energy center. This is a very important one. So this is your femininity. Now this is your divine femininity. Ideally, when you develop your second and fourth energy centers, the sixth will open automatically on its own, like it was with me. I never really worked on my upper chakras. Okay, I worked on them because I'm a Reiki master, so I had to work with all my energy, but I never put too much emphasis on it. And at one point, I realized that I see the vision not only for myself, for others, for people around me, and people are coming to me asking for that vision. But again, it was never really my goal. My divine femininity opened because my inner femininity, my like regular femininity, was already blooming. So this is what you need to do. The work on your sixth chakra. Now, be careful though when you work with this energy center. You need to be grounded to work with it. And how you do it, I have a video on that. You can watch that. But make sure that you hold yourself in your root chakra and then breathe through your sixth energy center. Now, make sure when you breathe, you don't push the energy here to the front. You breathe inside. So it has to be in the middle of your head. The energy center is in the middle. It's not on your forehead. And just slowly breathe. Don't push energy too hard. So you can do that again, but you need to have fourth and second chakra develop. Now, what is sixth energy center? That's your vision. This is what you give masculinity around you. Men don't usually have vision. They need women for their vision, for them to have a vision. Masculinity usually acts on ego. So somebody bought a brand new car, they want a brand new car. Somebody got I don't know, somebody went to a trip, they went to a trip. So they need somebody who will inspire them into something. If I have a man and I tell him, listen, you know what would be good? If we will buy a house in the country somewhere, we could go there for a couple months and stay there. And he's like, yeah, great idea. In my life, I gave these visions to so many men that I didn't even knew I was given. Like the brightest example was I had this guy that I thought he would be perfect father. And so and I was just telling him all the time that we need to have a baby, we need to have a child. I don't know why. I was obsessed with that. I'm like, you will be such a good father. And then I guess I got a little tired of him and I broke up. And my idea of the baby with him was also gone. But in his mind, that idea was stuck. As soon as he got a new girlfriend, she was pregnant within a month. So you see, I gave him the vision for his future. And he went on with that vision. Now you need to be careful with giving out your vision to too many people all the time, because men do need you for the vision. If you give the vision before you get a status, so this is the throat chakra is your status, you almost are taken for granted. So be careful with who you give your vision to. Make sure you don't just tell everybody everything. Give a man a vision only when he makes you somebody official. But today we're talking about becoming feminine. Do this for yourself, not for men. Obviously, you need to know where you're moving in life, how you want to proceed with your life, what you want to do, and so on. So this is your sixth chakra. Do develop it. It's important, especially if you want to get to that divine feminine energy. All right, so the next one is, I already mentioned, but really fast. Feminine energy is the energy of water, so stay close to the water. If you can, go for a swim. If you don't have an ability to go for a swim, take long showers or take a bath. Make sure don't sit in the bath for longer than 15 minutes, because water collects your energy, and if you sit in the still water for too long, you're basically just basing yourself in your negative energy. So either change the water or try not to stay there for too long. Now, ideally would be if you would be just going to the beach, that would be perfect. But I understand, not everybody lives next to the beach. If you're very masculine, living next to the water, next to the beach would be perfect for you. The next one is earth. So feminine energy is also energy of earth. And therefore, to develop that energy that responds for your security, for your grounding, and that's what men look for, you need to ground yourself daily. The easiest way to ground yourself is basically walking barefoot on the ground. So not in your apartment, because like my apartment is on the 7th floor. I mean, I will hardly ground myself if I walk barefoot. You need to walk on the ground, not even the pavement, like a ground. This way you will connect to the electromagnetic field of the earth, and you will ground yourself. Now, I do ground myself like that, but mostly I ground myself through my root chakra. So I basically I work with that, and then I connect myself to the earth. But again, I'm a Reiki master. I can do that. You don't need to go that deep. You can just breathe through your root chakra. You can go for a walk. You can walk on the beach and just feel connect to the earth. Now, the second, again, I do have videos on this, so I'm not going to get too deep. The next one is dancing. Now, dancing, so it's not all kind of dancing. The dancing that is good for feminine energy is belly dancing. Why? Because it brings energy to your second and fourth energy center. So it keeps the energy where it belongs. Now, belly dancing is amazing. What else could it be? All the like salsa, bachata, all this merengue. So all this where you move hips and and the attention is on hips are really good. Now, hip hop dancing, also the pole dancing, as much as I admire those, they are not very good for feminine energy because they are very masculine. They promote masculinity strength. They're good. I mean, obviously, I admire them very much, but they're not all ballet. Like my sister is a ballerina. Those are good kind of workout dances, but they're not promoting. They don't promote femininity. So do dance whatever, but if you want to be feminine, then incorporate a little bit of feminine dancing into your life. Now, I do sometimes ballet dancing, just because. But for the most part, I don't really know how to dance. But when I was developing my femininity, and I was told to do some kind of dancing, I was doing Gabriella Rose. It was 4 rhythms of Gabriella Rose. So I don't know where I had it. Somebody sent me a video, and I was doing it. So Gabriella Rose, if you will Google, she was a dancer. Then she got some kind of injury, so she created this kind of music to help with the energy. So it does really help. Why? Because you move with different kind of music. So there is 4 different kinds of music, and you just move. I wanted at that moment to feel my body, and it really worked well for me. Again, it's 4 rhythms of Gabriella Ross. I think it's called like that. I think you can find it on YouTube, but do some kind of dancing. If you love to dance, that's perfect for your feminine energy. Again, make sure that dancing includes your hips and moving that kind of that area. Ballet dancing is perfect. If you don't want to kind of if you want to be sure, then ballet dancing is good for you. Again, you can find, I'm sure, YouTube videos how they teach you to do that, or you can just go to your studio somewhere once in a while. I mean, it's better if you do it every day for a little bit than once a month. So maybe like for 10, 15 minutes. I even had a challenge for myself for 100 days. I was dancing for 10 minutes every day. So do something like that. All right, so that was dancing. The next one is gardening. Talking about energy of earth, and gardening is really connects you, like really grounds you. So if you live like me in the apartment and you don't have a backyard where you can plant trees and plants, you can have plants at your apartment or on your balcony. Make so when you work with soil, when you take care of the plants, it does promote your femininity. It grounds you to the nature. It grounds you to the earth. So now make sure though that you do take care of the plants yourself. If you have a garden and you have a gardener who takes care of all this for you, and you never step foot in the garden, that's not gardening. That's a good management, house management. So do that if you like, especially. I mean, growing anything. So even if you just grow basil on your in your kitchen, or some kind of herbs, this is also good. So the more you connect to nature, the more you grow something, create something, the better it is. So gardening is easy, especially if you love doing that. The next one is, and I have video on this, I will put it in here in the description of this one, but you need to start talking in a feminine voice. And let me explain what it is. I have the whole video, 1-hour video. Please do watch it. It's kind of important. But right now I speak in a masculine way. Why? Because I'm talking to you guys, so I need to make sure that you listen to me. But this is not really how I usually speak. I usually speak completely different. I usually speak either from the womb or from the heart. That's why the lives are hard for me, because I'm talking the way I don't usually talk. Now, how would I sound if I would talk like my regular self, like this? So this is how I will speak. I'm very soft. Why? Because I speak from the womb. So basically raise the voice all the way from the womb. When I speak from the womb, I sound seductive. And I know that when I'm talking to people, I could not sound seductive. That would be wrong. I mean, people listen, like, for you to perceive my information, you need to be focused on kind of on my voice, on the information that I'm giving you, not on the emotions that I'm trying to project on you. Now, when I'm with men, then I speak like this. So when I'm with my friends, I really frankly don't care. I speak like that. I either speak from the womb or I speak from the heart like this. And this is it's different. Now, if you want to be more feminine, then you need to learn how to speak from the womb and from the heart. Usually people in our masculine society speak either from the third energy center, masculine, or from the throat. When they speak from the throat, they usually sound like their voice is very like high, like pitch, like almost like they scream like little kids like this. When they speak from the solar plexus, they sound like I sound right now, strong, confident. You see, so that's how usually people speak. Now you can speak like this when you're at work, when you're socializing with your clients. But when you're with your man, when you're by yourself, you don't need to speak from these two energy centers. You need to speak either from the heart, where every word comes with love, always there, from the womb, where every word comes with pleasure. Again, there is a video, you can watch it. I will put in the description of this one. You don't really, I'm not going to go deep inside, but if you want to be feminine, learn how to speak from the womb. It's important, especially if you want men to pay attention to you. You see, I'm not very loud, but when I speak, they listen. Why? Because my words come with pleasure. So if you want to influence men through your words, then you need to learn how to from the womb. You will see it will make huge change. Now, let's do the next one. The next one. So watch that video. There is also a lot of things that a feminine voice always brings something positive, some kind of encouragement and inspiration. So no negative talk, no complaining, and that's why I have clients, because they come with the inspiration. And that's what feminine woman should be. She should be inspiration to herself and everybody around her. All right, so that's about, you will listen to that video. And the next one is you need to start avoiding rigid structures, disconnection with nature. So avoiding all of this, excessive stress, overwork, negative vibrations, negative talk like gossiping. So all this are ruining your feminine energy. And I have a video on what hurts your feminine energy. If you will remove that, you probably will become feminine much faster than you think. Now let's go through all of them. The rigid structures, like very strict timelines, like very strict schedules that we make for ourselves are not good. Femininity is about feeling. If I'm not feeling good right now, and we're all influenced by the moon. If a moon is weak, well, right now it's not weak, but if it's weak, like for example, if it's in Pisces, all you want to do at that time is just feel yourself, be a little depressed, be a little emotional, just eat maybe something. How are you going to be productive at that time? Now, on the other hand, when the moon is in Virgo, you want to be super productive. So again, all this kind of strict schedules that we do for ourselves are not good for femininity. Listen to your body. Your body will tell you when to be productive and when not to be. And look, I know this from myself. I have so many notes in my phone what I need to do, and I do follow up the schedule. But I also give myself a break once in a while. So I know that sometimes maybe it would be good if I don't do nothing at all. And my body knows that I'm kind of like that to myself. I know when to push myself and when to let myself go. So avoid that. Then disconnection with nature. We already discussed that nature is important for feminine energy. What else? Excessive stress and overwork. All this increasing cortisol and testosterone. You don't need that, and adrenaline, obviously. So you don't need you need those hormones, but not in that kind of in that amount that you almost don't feel yourself, that you could not feel pleasure. And I have some clients like this. They could not feel pleasure because they're so stressed, like they're running on cortisol. There is never dopamine, never serotonin, never any kind of good hormones. And watch that video also on good hormones. So don't stress yourself. I mean, it's life. Look, whatever happens. You will deal with it after. And work on your security. When you're secure, you wouldn't feel stressed that much. Now, negative vibrations and negative talk is also important to avoid. I always felt weird when people would gossip around me, and I would gossip. In the moment, it feels great, but after that, you always feel like it was dirty, like I stepped into something that was not nice. And avoid that. It really damages that feminine kind of optimistic, inspiring you. So don't do that. Don't allow people to talk like around you like this. Avoid those companies. Fortunately for me, since I forbade myself to talk bad, to gossip, to discuss anybody, everybody else around me is not discussing or gossiping. So fortunately, I have really good company, and all my clients are very kind of the same. So I don't really have issues with that. But I remember when the times were different. And please don't do it. Remember, every conversation should be inspiring. If you're discussing somebody, or if you ghost me about somebody, I mean, really, are you going to be inspired by what? By talking bad about somebody? Like, it's not really right. So don't try to limit that. Okay, so the next one, and there is others what you need to avoid. Again, it's in the video, but this is probably the most important ones that you should stick to. Yeah, especially also if you have people in your surrounding that are irritating, that you don't really have pleasure with, maybe your relatives, that somebody you feel like you could not really avoid, but it just every time you talk to them, you feel like not yourself. Or people who probably take a lot of energy from you. Like I had this friend, and before I even was working with energy, before I even knew what energy was, she would always call me and, Anastasia, I need your energy. Let's go out. Let's do something. And every time we would do that, she would feel very kind of inspired, and I would feel very down. Like I would spend like 2 days in bed just because I couldn't get up. Again, remember, if my energy is here and somebody's energy is over here, we need to meet in the middle. If we're socializing, we have to create a common space. So me, in this case, I will have to drop and she will have to rise. So she will be inspired and I will feel down and I wouldn't know why I'm feeling down. So this is very important to understand who you're socializing with. Make sure that when you're socializing with anybody, you feel inspired. You never feel down. It is crucial. Like I always say, all your friendships should be like this. Your family, your like everybody. The easiest way to have those inspiring kind of connections is to see strengths in everybody and not being a mother to everybody. But this is probably the easiest way. But if you have right now friends or some kind of connections that are dragging you down, maybe it would be better to take a break from them, or at least distance yourself for a little bit until you will become strong enough to put the soft boundaries. And this is important because no matter how much energy you will produce, you will be wasting on them. You will be wasting on bringing them up so you guys can meet somewhere in the middle. It's important. Now, why do you have those people in your life? That's already a different question. That's something to work on, because people don't just come into our life for no reason. Maybe you have some kind of benefit of being with them. So anyways, but this is important. Make sure you avoid those when the crowds, so if you go somewhere and this is not your theme, you feel exhausted, then maybe you shouldn't be going there. Like, for example, I don't drink, right? Alcohol. I never been a big drink. I never was like a big drinker, but since I became a Reiki practitioner, I stopped drinking. And yeah, Reiki master now, obviously don't drink, and I work with your energy. So I don't drink. I don't do any kind of anything that could anyhow influence my energy. I don't even almost drink coffee. I don't eat sugar. So, anyways, I don't drink now. But I have friends who drink, who likes to go out. So I used to go to lounges, clubs, where people drink, where dance. I loved music, so it's not like I didn't enjoy myself, but I felt like I was exhausted after. I don't drink, I don't dance. It's not like I'm physically doing something there, but always felt very exhausted. So I stopped going to such places. With my friends now, we go for lunches, dinners, places like this. And plus, we're older now. So, anyways, but I want to tell you, if there are places that make you feel like this, maybe it's better to avoid them. And just see for yourself. I noticed that. I noticed that no matter how good I feel, I always felt very tired and exhausted after. So I stopped going to places like that. Now, the next one is you need to start feeling others. In our masculine society, we don't feel people. We talk, we analyze, we think about them. So when somebody told you something, you start analyzing. Why did that person said that? Did they do something? Did I say something wrong? Did I express myself? So we're analyzing. And then we start, okay, let's talk, let's have a conversation. Why did you act like this? It's all very masculine. It's not bad, obviously, to have an open conversation and to be connected to people, and to analyze, but it's not really feminine. A feminine woman can feel people from far away. Not only feel people, but they don't need to analyze. They know already what's happening. If you want to become feminine, I would kind of encourage you to start feeling people, to start, instead of analyzing, start feeling them. Like, just because somebody is mean to you doesn't mean that it's something wrong with you. Maybe they just have a bad day. Or maybe if somebody is blaming you for something, maybe they blame themselves and they just talk to you because they need to find somebody who they can blame. Like, obviously don't be a pushover, but start feeling people, start understanding, not understanding, but start feeling, why do they act like that? Like, most of the time people act in a particular way because of their emotional state, and if you feel their emotional state, you will understand why they're acting or saying this or that. I would encourage you to do that. I would, because analyzing it's your perception of the situation and of the person. So if a man didn't call you, for example, you will think that, oh my God, either you will think, oh my God, he doesn't love me no more, or maybe I'm too available for him. So you're analyzing. But what if you feel? Maybe the man is feeling like maybe something happened and maybe he's just needed a break, or maybe he is not in the mood to talk. Like, if you will feel, you will understand why he's distant. So start feeling people. Start feeling their aura before you will start analyzing their mind. That's much easier and much more important. The aura could be 6 meters wide. You can feel them long before you will get to their mind. So that's another thing. Not very easy, I know, but you can do it. I learned to do it, and well, I have moon in Pisces, so I'm intuitive like that. But still, you can also do it. It's not that hard. When you stop defending yourself, when you stop putting like strict borders around yourself, you will be able to feel people. All right. So the next one is the stones. So last time I talked to you about the oils, and I didn't have them, but I wanted to show you. These are my oils. So I have these little bottles, and there are a mixture of oils, and I put them on my wrist everywhere. You can have bottles like this. I mean, I bought them, one in Dubai, one in Turkey. So, but you can buy them, I'm sure, on Amazon somewhere. So, and you can just mix them. But that was last Sunday's topic. Today we're talking about the stones, and I prepared some here. So the best stones for feminine energy, I mean, this is the easiest. You don't need to do nothing. Just wear the stones, or have them under your pillow, or carry them in a little pouch like this in your bag. So the first one, and it's not a stone really, but pearls. Pearls are really very feminine. And if you notice, sometimes I do wear pearls, but not often. Usually I wear diamonds. And diamonds are not feminine, but I do wear them for a reason. But today I'm talking about the feminine stones. Pearls are very feminine. If you have no possibility to go to the water, to swim in the water, to spend time next to the water, then wear pearls. I'm obviously talking about the natural ones, everything natural. The stones have to be natural as well. So wear pearls. They do carry a lot of energy from the water, so they will help you connect to this your feminine self. Now you can wear earrings, rings, whatever you want, but it has to be natural. Though again, it can be river pearls. I mean, doesn't really matter which ones will it be. The next one is jade, not jade, nephrite or jade. Usually, nephrite by the color of green. Usually it is green, but there are different ones. They could be brown, They could be even black, and they could be even white. The black and white are very expensive, but they're worth of that. There is a belief that the brown nephrite is for wealth. The white one is like a very royal, so you become very like you feel very royal. The black one is for passion, and the green one is for overall feminine health. So these are very feminine stones. Again, you can wear some kind of jewelry. I wear them. Maybe I'll tell you one day what are these. And if you have did my course, then you probably know about them. So anyways, but these are feminine. Nephrite is a very feminine stone. If you want, it's not very that expensive, so you can buy some kind of pieces. Again, make sure these are natural stones. I bought all this with a certificate. So because a lot of nephrites, they press them, so they press like little like little pieces together with the glue, and I mean that's not really good. That's not what you want. You need to make sure that it's a solid stone so it carries the energy. Also, there are a lot of them that are like plastic, and you don't want that. Make sure these are natural stones. Buy them from a like good from people that you can trust, or from companies that you can trust. So anyways, this also, which one are good? Moonstone, I don't have it, unfortunately. Now another ones that are good for feminine energy are the dark ones, so jasper, maybe carnelian. So these ones are promoting security, so they go on your first chakra. They will make you more secure. The femininity will start developing. Now, what else are good? Here I have it even. This is carnelian, the brown ones, though. But there are the red ones. What else are good? Okay, this is not feminine. Another feminine stone that could be good. It's not really exactly feminine. It's both feminine and masculine. Is rose quartz. Now, rose quartz, I used to have a lot of them. Rose quartz is good for your fourth chakra. Rose quartz is about self-love. If you have little kids, make sure that you put in their cribs the rose quartz. Make sure though they don't swallow it or nothing like that. But rose quartz is all about self-love. It's about accepting yourself. If you have problems with that, do wear rose quartz. I even had this like pendant, the big one that I used to wear sometimes at home because you couldn't really wear it outside. But do wear it. Do keep it. Maybe just hold in your hand or in your bag, under your pillow, anywhere. It's a good one. Now, amethyst is not really a feminine stone, but it is a good stone for the sixth chakra. So if you want to get that divine feminine in you, then have the rose quartz and have the what is it called? Clear quartz. If you notice in my candles, I always add clear quartz. It makes you, it neutralizes the energy, makes you more clear about where you want to move. So these are good for your vision. Again, anything, the good feminine stones are pearls, even though they're not stones, but still. Nephrite, jade, these are feminine, and moonstone. These are feminine stones. Then also the dark kind of solid stones, like jasper, like carnelian, those are good for your first chakra, for security. Once you have security, the femininity will start developing. And the good one is rose quartz for your heart, and the amethyst and the clear quartz for your sixth energy center, for your vision. So these are the stones. Again, this would be good stones to promote femininity. Now, all this kind of diamonds, rubies, sapphires, these are not feminine stones. These are masculine stones. So wear them, obviously. I do wear, as you can see, but these stones are for different purposes, not for femininity. Any stones that you can see through are not feminine. Feminine stones are dark, deep, just like with oils. The kind of the deep, rich scents are feminine, and the lighter the scent is, the more masculine it is. So you want to develop femininity, then choose the stones that are maybe not as expensive, but they will help you to become more feminine. When it comes to the metals, I know feminine metals are silver, masculine metals are gold. And again, I wear white gold. I don't really wear silver much at all lately, at all. I give up all my silver jewelry. So I know that this is not feminine, but I have already a lot of femininity, so I work on my masculinity. So, but if you want to be more feminine, silver is for you. Silver is feminine, gold is masculine. Look, don't kill the messenger. I'm only telling you what I know, what I was taught, and what I felt. You know, if you will touch, if you will feel the silver, you will see that it's much softer. The energy is absolutely different than when you feel the gold. It's just so different. So if you want to be more feminine, silver is for you. Gold is masculine. No matter whether it's white gold or yellow gold, it's more masculine still. So it is like that. All right. So the next one, that was with the stones. If you have questions, ask. If you have particular stones and you want my opinion on them, I can tell you. I have even a video on oils and stones. Maybe I'll put it in the description of this one. You can just go through all of them. All right. So the next one is to meditate. Last time I told you to do my meditations that I have on my YouTube channel. They're guided and they're charged. Now, if you don't want to do so. Not like this. You don't even need to do a meditation to meditate. You can just sit in your like armchair or on your couch, just raise your feet and just sit and breathe slowly, like with your whole body, like a whole body is one cell. Breathe in, breathe out, and feel yourself. You can do that for, I don't know, 10-15 minutes every day. That would be more than enough. I mean, you can do my meditations, you can do somebody else's meditation, but this would be also good just to connect with your body and sit there in quietness and observe your thoughts, observe your emotions. So if you want to be more feminine, do practice that. Sometimes I just sit and I just like I like to go to the beach or to the pool and I just sit on one of those beach chairs and I just feel the breeze, the wind, the noise of the ocean, like just all of that, the seagulls, just listen to them, listen to myself. So it's a good practice. Do meditate at least 10-15 minutes every day. Just make it your practice. You will see how fast you will reconnect with yourself. You will reconnect with yourself. You will be able to reconnect with others. And so the next one is singing. And I am not, just like with dances. Unfortunately, I wasn't given the talent to sing, or maybe I was not trained to sing. But I don't really. I always was shy about singing. But you can sing when I don't know, when nobody hears you in the car or somewhere. You can just repeat the words. But it's important. So singing actually is very good for your whole aura and for your whole energy. When you sing, you make your whole energy vibrate, and once it's vibrating, it's basically it's not like stagnant. It's become like somewhat fresh, you would say. It circulates. So singing is good. Now, if you are absolutely desperate and you could not sing at all, then you can do humming, like like, like this. If you could not hum, if you are shy, maybe you can do some chants. So some like om or lam, something that has some kind of significant meaning for you, some kind of maybe energetic meaning for you. If you want to work with particular energy center, you can do that. So something, as long as there is a voice coming from your throat, and that noise comes with with all the like through all the energy centers and come outside. So do that. It is somewhat important. Ideal would be if you would just sing. Singing is the best, the easiest. So do sing. If you are shy to sing in front of your loved ones, then don't sing when you're by yourself in the car. Maybe when you're walking around. But singing is perfect. If you naturally can sing, like I have a couple of friends who are good at it, do sing. Consider singing your career. It's good for your overall energy, overall health, and overall for all of your energy centers. Again, if you could not sing, then hum or something like that, as long as there is some long noise that comes with your throat. All right, so that's on singing part. But again, singing is good for your feminine energy. Make sure though the wording of your songs are good, optimistic. Nothing too depressing. Because again, your feminine voice speaks words into existence. So make sure that you say what you want to happen. No kind of heartbroken songs, no dramatic no dramatic plots when you're singing. Sing about something that really makes you happy, um, like that. Like yesterday, I was singing "Sweet Caroline." I don't know. It was that song was so stuck in me, and I was just like couldn't stop singing it. Okay, the next one, I have only two more, so and we will be done. The next one is square breathing. Now, square breathing is a very popular technique. Actually, it's good for anything, honestly. Why is it good for feminine energy? Because you slow down when you do square breathing. And when you slow down, feminine energy is slower on its own. It's not as vibrant, not as fast as masculine. And if you want to be more feminine, you need to make sure that your energy is at least some parts of the day are somewhat slow. So how does it work? Square breathing is basically you breathe like you're building a square. So you can start with 5 counts. So 5 counts you breathe in, then 5 counts you hold, then 5 counts you breathe out, and 5 counts you hold again. I usually do it on 10 or 15 counts, but again, I practice. I trained myself to do that. Start with 5. If you are like very masculine, if you are very active, if your energy is very kind of vibrant, then start with 5, because it will be hard for you to do more than 5. You can do it maybe a couple rounds, but after that you will be exhausted. So and do that for at least 5 minutes. Ideally, you can do it before you go to sleep. So at least when you sleep, you're peaceful and you're calm. That will actually promote your sleeping, and it would be much better. Also, when you are anxious, it's a good technique. Very like it calms you down very fast. Also, if you are like flying and you're afraid of flights, or you have some kind of fears, it also helps. So basically, square breathing is used widely, but for the sake of this video, we're using it for promoting our femininity. Again, it's you breathing as you're building a square. So it has to be even though counts. 5 counts in, 5 counts hold, 5 counts out, 5 counts hold, and to do that for at least 5 minutes. If you know any other breathing techniques, make sure though that they promote calmness, not speeding up your breath. Like there is a wolf technique when you are like this, when you're breathing very shallow and very fast. That promotes energy. So that promotes masculine energy. If you feel like you could not wake up, then you do that, and you will feel how energized you will be very fast. So the feminine breathing has to slow your energy. Make sure though. All right, and the last one, and the last and the best is my course. So you all know I have a course on femininity, and there are techniques that I won't be able to give here on YouTube or on TikTok. Why? Because they're not for everybody, and they're not for so they're over there. They're in the course. So if you want, you can buy my course and do that. I need to tell you though, those are energetic exercises. So if you're not going to do them, then don't even waste your money. So, but it's an amazing course. All those exercises I did myself for many years. I still do them once in a while. All my clients are doing them. So if you don't want to become my client, but you do want to have if you want to do those exercises, then please do them. Do buy the course, do the exercise. But again, if you're not going to do them, then don't buy. Don't waste your time and and resources. But my course is amazing. I think it's amazing. I had it. I used to have it and just send it to my clients. Now I have it posted. So it's everywhere. You can find it everywhere. I have another course on money, but today we're talking about femininity. So it's called An Ultimate Guide to Femininity with Tao Practices. So you can do that one as well. All right, that's it. If you have questions, ask. If not, I will summarize really fast, and we will go enjoy Sunday. Today, finally, the rain stopped in Miami, so I do want to go outside finally. All right, so to sum it up, you do need to become feminine, whether you want it or not. But at one point you will naturally you will become more feminine. People with age become kind of a little slower. They're more their energy slows down a little bit. They start thinking more, feeling more. So with time you will. I just hope you will speed up the process and can become feminine even while you're young, and you just you just have your life a little easier. So get money a little easier, get men who are providers, who are masculine men, so you don't need to teach them nothing. You don't need to tell them nothing. They already know how to act. So, and with that, the first one is you need to drink more water. Water is your femininity. Less caffeine, more water. The second one is be in nature as much as you can, at least 10-15 minutes a day if you can. I mean, if there is like some trees around your house, just walk around them. It's just go for like a little walk, not very fast, or just like in nature. Do create. Femininity is creation, so allow yourself to create, even if you think that you're absolutely non-creative, you don't have imagination. Do create something. Like me, I was just I was copying the beautiful kind of pictures that I would see. I would save them on my phone, and then I would just copy it. Obviously, I was not doing nothing with them. I was just drawing them for myself in my journal. But that was my way of creation, and I wrote a book one time when I was really very creative. So do create, allow yourself to express yourself. The next one is you need to work with your sixth chakra, especially if you want to get to that divine femininity. If you want to be desirable by others, if your opinions, if you want your opinion to matter to others, then do work with your vision. It's your sixth chakra. Make sure you're grounded first. Before you don't want to fly too far. Remember, you live in a masculine world. You live in a physical world. You need to make sure you're grounded before you work with your upper chakras. You could not be all divine without grounding. We live in the physical world, in the physical body. Make sure that your physical body grounded. Otherwise, so if you only work on your upper chakras, you will start having problems with health. So make sure you're grounded. I hope I convinced you. So the feminine energy is water. Therefore, swim. Spend as much time as you can next to the water. Natural water, if possible. If not, then taking baths, long showers. Feminine energy also earth. Do ground yourself daily. Walk as much as you can, barefoot if it's possible. The next one is do dance, especially ballet dancing. Make sure that dancing that you will do will move your this area, and it's not like it has to be like a soft kind of moving. So the energy will come here and stay here. You see, hip hop, you also move your hips, but it's a different kind of. It's more like thrust. It's promotes masculinity, not femininity. So ballet dancing, any kind of like bachata. Tango also is good. Salsa, amazing. So any kind of this dancing. The next one is gardening. Do as long as you connect to the nature, you really promote your femininity, your grounding. If you have no ability to grow trees in your backyard, then maybe you can do a little plants in your apartment. Then start talking from your heart and from your womb when you are when you do want to be feminine. Obviously, when you're at work, when you need to be masculine, then don't talk from the womb and from the heart. The next one is do avoid rigid structures, like very strict timelines, disconnection with nature, excessive stress, overwork, negative kind of conversations, gossiping, negative companies, anything that drains you. Avoid those. Limit them as much as you can. Then feel others. Don't speak. Don't analyze. Start feeling people. See how people are. The next one is do meditate, whatever meditations you will choose, as long as you sit quietly and feel yourself and just breathe as one cell. That's good enough. I mean, do my meditations. Obviously, I always promote them. They're over there, available for everybody on YouTube. But if you could not do like guided meditation, then maybe just sit and breathe for like 10 minutes. The feminine stones, do wear feminine stones. So these are pearls, so these are jade, this is nephrite, carnelian, jasper, rose quartz, amethyst. So stones like this. Also pearls are very feminine. Now, the metal that is feminine is silver. Gold is not feminine. All right, so the next one is singing. Do sing. If you could not sing and you're absolutely embarrassed of yourself, which is wrong, you hum like like this, or whatever you can do over there. So the next one is square breathing. It's good for your overall energy. Even if you don't want to be feminine, you can do that. Square breathing is basically 5 counts in, 5 counts hold, 5 counts out, 5 counts hold. So like that. It's do square breathing. Square breathing is overall good for your energy, good for your aura. It calms it. It's like put the energy, some kind of order. It's good when you have anxiety, often anxiety, stress, when you have problems with sleeping, some kind of insomnia, when you are angry often, when you like frustrated. It's square breathing is perfect. You need to breathe for like 5 minutes though, so it won't really work if you just do a couple of breaths. It will make you feel better, but for it to work, you need to do for at least 5 minutes. What I used to do, I used to put an alarm and just sit there and breathe. And the last one is my course. Look how fast I am today. It's not even an hour and I'm done. All right, so with my course is please do listen, buy it and do it. It's really good. I mean, but don't buy it if you're not going to do the exercises. If you're not going, then don't buy. I don't want you to waste your resources and your time. Okay, so that's that. That's it. If you don't have questions, we're going to finish. I just wanted to mention one more thing. Two things actually. I do hope you watch my videos that I put on during the week. This last week I was putting about the astrology. You know, I'm not really an astrologist, but I put videos about your Mercury, about your Saturn, about your Venus and your Mars. It's always good to understand yourself. Even if you are not really interested in astrology, it's good to understand what you were born with, what kind of energies, what you were given with your birth. And when you know, then you can kind of use it to your advantage, or you know how to, when you know people's energies, you also know how to speak to them, how to communicate with them. So do listen to them if you're interested. I don't advertise them; they just automatically are posted, and whoever sees them, they see them. So, but if you have questions, obviously ask me. When you are also watching about the planets, make sure that you the social planets, Saturn, Neptune, Pluto, Jupiter, and Uranus, you look at your houses, not the signs that they're in. These are more important. So this is on that. And the second one I wanted to tell you, if you are into manifesting, and I have a lot of videos on that, if you want to promote something, if you want to kind of to get something, on tomorrow, 11th and the 12th is a once a year conjunction of Venus and Jupiter. These two planets are bringing good, these are benefic planets. So they always bring something nice into our lives. And this conjunction is going to be 11th and 12th of August. So it's tomorrow and Tuesday. If you do want to, and I know tomorrow is still Mercury retrograde, but then it comes out of the retrograde tomorrow. But we're women, right? So since we're women, we have to promote some kind of magic into our life. Do manifest. Do think about something good. Do dream big. Do write your wishes and desires. It will help. All of you who were doing it on the 8th of August, the Lion Gates portal was not a good time because there was a huge bad full moon that was conjunct with Pluto, so it was not a very very easy day. But these 2 days will be very easy. So if you want to manifest, if you want to kind of bring something new into your life, do that during these 2 days. All right, I'm done. I will see you next Sunday. Let me just quickly glance TikTok here. Do watch. If you missed the video last Sunday, please do watch it. I'm going to put it in the description of this one, so you can watch both of them. All right, that's it. Thank you, TikTok, for supporting. Also on TikTok, I put every day videos about the systemic life, so energetic system of life, and you can as well watch them. These are short videos. We're going to do them on YouTube later on in the whole one big video. All right, that's it. Thank you very much, TikTok, for being here, for supporting me. Enjoy your Sunday. I will see you next Sunday at 11. And by YouTube, thank you for being here with me. If you have any questions, please do ask me. If you have any ideas for the future videos, please send them to me. Enjoy your Sunday. Enjoy your August. Please manifest tomorrow and after tomorrow. And I will see you next Sunday. Bye, everybody. Enjoy your day.